This is Blackstreet Joy, part of Mr. Khumalo's four-play selection. Why Blackstreet? Why Joy?
I used to play the song on the radio. And I used
yes.
and I used to love like announcing the song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's just one of my favorite songs.
Memories.
Yeah, I just love the song. It used to be one of the songs that I used to love back announcing on the radio. Now it's on my running list.
Listen, I'm going to ask you to intro your next song.
No,
I want to see if you still got it.
No, I don't have it. It's all gone.
I actually think you do. Now, Mr. Khumalo, off air, we're talking about, you being part of Metro FM, not only as a DJ, but also, you're part of the marketing team. You said, for me, I was saying that, it means that you've always been an entrepreneur at heart. It's always been there.
Well, entrepreneurship was there from the beginning at home. Grew up with a mom who was selling just about anything. And so it's been right there from the beginning, but had to get the right experience, had to get the right skills and experience and qualifications, and make sure that I fill up the toolbox. And of course I had a long career in corporate, and after 20 years of being in corporate, I decided to do my own thing and open up my own business.
Mm-hmm. You've had quite an incredible career. What do you think has been the main driver of your success?
Just knowing what I want and wanting to make a difference in my life, in my family's life, and also in other people's lives. Driver, it just, the ambition to want to leave a mark in the world, the ambition to want to leave a dent in the universe. And hopefully one day when I've left this earth, I would have made my own small contribution and difference.
Speaking of, contribution, what kind? Because a lot of people don't actually know. Well, I'm talking about myself. I don't know where you're from. I always claim and say everyone I know is from Soweto. So I just want to know, what kind of environment were you raised in, and how did this actually influence your view of people, being critical of development?
Well, you can claim that that people from Soweto. I was born and raised in the dusty streets of Soweto.
Yes.
And so I'm a Sowetan. I was born in, actually my birth certificate says Zola Clinic. So yeah, and so I grew up in Soweto, had an amazing childhood with all the problems that we had at the time, state of emergency and throwing stones, and we were termed the lost generation, but some of us made it out of there, and so yes, I'm a Sowetan at heart.
What do you think? You speak of making it out of there. What do you think what made you stand out? And not being stuck in that mentality of thinking, because I grew up in a township, I'm not going to be able to move forward.
Well, it's the capacity and the ability to want to make it in life. And remember, we were growing up in terrible times under apartheid. We were the Sianyoma generation. In the 80s, during the state of emergency, we didn't write exams, we were throwing stones, but somehow you knew that you had the hope that South Africa was going to change, and that freedom was coming, and that there'll be opportunities. And so, at some stage you kind of make decisions for your life about what you want to do and how you want to get out of those circumstances and make a difference for yourself.
Going into the Youth Month, what do you think is the difference between the youth then and now?
Well, it's a whole different generation now. Our generation is different from the current generation. I think each generation will define its own destiny. I'm very encouraged by the fallists, the leaders of Fees Must Fall. I'm very encouraged by this new generation of young people who want to shape a different South Africa for themselves. And I think they have different responsibility. The generation before us, the June 76 generation, was the generation before my time. They had different responsibilities. We had different responsibilities. And I think this generation is really amazing, because when you listen to some of the youngsters that I've seen leading the Fees Must Fall campaign, so articulate, so smart, and really knowing what they want and the kind of South Africa they want to shape. So, they can define their own destiny.
Absolutely. I agree with you. 30 minutes after 11, we're moving on to his third song for the foreplay, and he's going to enter it. It's Glenn Lewis, Fall Again. Come on, give it a shot.
No, I can't do this.
Do it for the listeners. Do it for the listeners. Do it for me. This is Glenn Lewis, Fall Again. Would you like to enter it?
Oh no, it's Glenn Lewis falling in.
Oh no!